Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Another look here at ICP. We're double checking some important stuff here. This retest potential of that 940 support that's broken as a new resistance level here for us. And obviously just trying to find our bottom for ICP. It seems like it's never ending at this point. And my expectation is we're probably going to see one more leg down. A lot of it hinges on Bitcoin and how poorly or well it does here soon. But I'm thinking 64 to 66K is likely for Bitcoin. And if that is the case, this lower liquidation about 840, 850 should get swept. So we'll take a look at that here in a minute, or right now as a matter of fact. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you can like the video and comment below perhaps. More importantly, just like and enjoy. You know, that's the concept. Every single video if possible, just so we can get this in front of more people who deserve it. I think people need a fighting chance to become better traders instead of listening to all those moon boys. They end up destroying people's accounts, and it's very terrible and unfortunate. Having said all that, ICP, last 7 days of liquidation. Let's take a look here. We can see $8.68 is roughly that lower point here for this 50 million in liquidation. But again, that 850 mark seems like a likely target. I think it's less likely to see this lower level at about 750, 740 get hit. But again, that's still also very much a real thing. Because if we do look at the larger time frame, we can see, I think it's more like 780 is the rough estimate there. That's the heaviest concentration liquidation over the last month's worth of trading. The main reason why that exists there is because a lot of longs here are taking some low to middle range liquidation, leverage rather, and the liquidation levels are at this area here. So again, just some friendly advice. If you're using high leverage, you probably shouldn't, because you're about to get destroyed. Okay, that's just generally how it works. You get targeted consistently. So if you see these idiots online who are posting 50, 100, 200, 500x leverage, I've seen folks. It's a very real thing. And they're showing how amazing they are. I don't think it's all that great, honestly. I think it's kind of ridiculous that you'd want to follow somebody like that. It's just everyone has different role models. I guess I understand that, but why pick ridiculous idiots to believe in? I don't know. Again, that's just me being more conservative and more realistic. This is my full-time job, so whatever. Everyone has different case scenarios that work well for them. Having said that, let's look at the daily and kind of work our way down. Now that we know that there's more liquidation on the downside than the upside for ICP, we can kind of use that as a general understanding of where things might go next. We got the 50-day SMA hanging out there at 867 mark. I've got an alert right in that range here, likely because I was considering a long in that area as a rough estimate for just kind of paying closer attention. Keep in mind, when I just say arbitrarily I was considering a long in that area, it doesn't mean you just go ahead and jump in at the spot. Okay, I've had some people misunderstand that. When I set alerts, I set them specifically so I can revisit it later and consider a position if the conditions are met, right? You don't ever just jump blindly into a trade unless it's moving fast and you know exactly where it's going based on key levels of support. All that being said, 840 is that level of support. 850 is that area of liquidation. So I don't know, 1 and 1 makes 2. Let's just go ahead and put this little guy here. Oop. That's kind of what we're looking at. Okay, so taking a look at the RSI on the 4-hour, let's start with the daily rather. We're under 50 on the RSI. Generally that's unfavorable. That's construed as a resistance. My speculation is that $9.40, which is that previous support level, this guy right here, that worked fairly well for our bearish rectangle pattern that broke out to the downside. In fact, just to clarify, if you aren't really familiar, we secured profits from ICP in 2 separate trades, roughly 25% for both hitting their second target. So again, I mentioned that because that happened based on the simple fact that we're range bound and we are breaking down. When you break down from a range, it's common for the price to retest it as a resistance, which we haven't seen yet. So 940, that's that level of resistance. Strong chance we see a relief rally. That'll be the next area of retracement. Okay, what I'm getting at though, and the whole point of that, is that 50 in the RSI is likely synonymous with that range. Okay, a lot of times you'll see support and resistance levels kind of average themselves out in certain areas. We are starting to see stochastic RSI try to converge. I never trust the first time because usually the second one carries more weight. So there is that is present that's letting us know that a shift in momentum is going to happen soon. As you do take a look here, if you do count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we are 9 candles into this continuation down, but we had enough time to consolidate, so we actually reset, so we're technically only a couple of candles down. So the truth here is the price action could go a lot lower. And that's something that people need to realize too. I know there's a lot of ICP fanatics that watch this, and again, thank you again so much for your support. But the truth is, if the coin doesn't necessarily have to suck for the charts to suck, right? So those two things are not always synonymous. It could be the best. It could be the best coin in the world with the extremely best fundamentals, and they still seem to struggle on the charts. And again, it's all based on manipulation, has nothing to do with that. So try not to take offense when I'm saying the price is going to go down. I think it's kind of ridiculous that people do that. If that is the case for you, you probably shouldn't be trading. I'm just being honest with you. Emotions don't belong here. They're kind of the way to ruin yourself as a trader. Okay. All that being said, 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly note. We are looking moderately overextended here. We're at a 6. We just got a reset. So we got a nice period of consolidation here at this 0.382 fib level. That $9 mark is roughly a good support level here for us. We can see we're getting closer to 30 on the RSI. Generally, when you see 30 on the RSI, there's going to commonly be a bouncing spot there. It's really normal for the price to recover instantly the first time it's tested. It isn't normal, of course, for the price just to shoot back up as if it never happened, though. So you got to recognize overextension. These plays come quickly, which in other words, this little guy here, if you got the dip at 880 and sold at 915, good for you. That's pretty much the only opportunity you had on that scenario. Again, it's starting to wash, if you will. Money flow index still coming down. MACD is losing momentum, so that's a good sign, right? We may be bottoming out, but there's minus the 200 SMA here. We don't have a lot of support. A lot of the resistance levels or the SMAs are going to be working right there at that resistance range. So again, at this point here, we're not looking great. 950 is that point of control for the last, what is it? Maybe this looks about 2 weeks worth of trading. Last 2 weeks worth of trading, we've seen the most amount of control at 950, 960. So we got a resistance at 940, previous support turned resistance. We got a point of control at 950, and we got a lot of divergences on multiple time frames. Do you really think that's going to be a good consideration for a long position? No. I mean, if you know anything about trading, you wouldn't want to do that. Again, you don't just take trades because it's a dip and you feel like we're getting close to a support. I know I have an alert set here, but the truth is the price is probably going to go much lower. I'm guessing 840 would be a pretty solid entry consideration for a long, to catch a quick long, by the way, because we don't even know how much further this could go. All right, so again, those are just some things there. All these things are working against us. The key takeaway here, though, on the hourly, keep in mind this is a good transitionary time frame. The lagging span is getting really, really close to the price action. What does that tell us? Well, it just implies the window of opportunity is closing for a short position. So we've already secured profits, all well and good. Make sure you adjust your stop loss to break even if you're still in that trade. And what I'd recommend, of course, is just waiting for the next move. If the price comes up here, then we just go ahead and do a resistance play. We short between 940 and 950, the point of control and or resistance, and take the price even lower. Now, if Bitcoin's looking pretty bullish going into that, probably not a good idea, right? There's different scenarios you want to kind of run, but the truth here is that conversion lines trying to cross above the baseline, we're below the cloud. These are 3 out of 3 reasons still to not open a long position, but only 2 out of 3 reasons to keep your short open, So that's kind of where we're at. Me personally, I would close my short if I have one open. I would consider a secondary short at 940, 950, and essentially just go that route, Again, just depends. The market's always moving, so make sure you don't just take trades to take them, and try not to be such a degenerate that you have to trade all day, every day. I mean, it's okay to take breaks, folks. Really, there's nothing wrong with that. Over trading is probably one of the biggest problems that people have. So again, pump the brakes. It's okay. Relax and take it easy. Take a day off for a change. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to brag about how awesome you are every single day. You can do it every other day, right? Again, it's not what you do that defines you. It's why you do the things that make you who you are. So me personally, I don't like sharing my results. People don't like that. But the truth is the results speak for themselves. While I do provide the results for our community every single day, I think we need to kind of make sure we bound together and we just kind of reaffirm best practice. That's all there is to it. Bragging about here's an example of what we don't want to brag about. No offense to this gentleman in our community, but I think it's important to recognize that stuff like this should never be okay. 500x leverage trade, 8,000%. You know how many attempts this person it took to get that trade to work out? It's just ridiculous. Anyways, not cool, stupid stuff. Friendly advice, just you got to learn to walk before you run, right? It's just kind of the whole thing with trading. And you should never try to do that. All right, thanks again for watching. I'm sorry, I went off topic there. Off the rails as per usual. Comment below, like, subscribe, follow if you haven't yet. Join us over at BitUnix. Link down below for that. Awesome rewards. More importantly, join us over on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord so you can see my playout charts. I provide liquidation levels, important stuff you need to know. All right. Hope you all have a good one. If we don't see you over in Discord soon, I'll look forward to the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Thank you.